So we're on the bridge of Aotearoa, the New Zealand Navy's latest vessel, its largest vessel, and we're on the bridge with its commanding officer, Captain Simon Rook. Simon, can you tell us a little bit about this vessel? What is it that is so important to the Navy about this new vessel?
Sure, John. Well, this vessel is brand new, obviously, and she's designed to be our fleet replenishment tanker, but it's also got a little bit more in terms of logistic capabilities. Built in Korea, it's been about a 3-year build, and she replaces the old fleet tanker HMNZS Endeavour that was decommissioned a couple of years ago. What does a tanker do for the Navy? It provides sustainment and reach, so it allows us to keep ships at sea for prolonged periods of time. So either with those ships, or we can go away, pick up extra logistics if required, and then come back. It also has the ability to support land forces and aviation assets ashore. And of course, one of the unique capabilities of this ship is she has Antarctic Operations capability, so she can go down and penetrate through the Ross Sea in the summertime and berth at McMurdo to resupply our joint US-New Zealand scientific missions down there.
So did that mean that she had to have some special design features for that to be possible, Simon?
Yes, she did. So she's built to a Polar class, Polar Code 6, which allows her to work in first-year ice. She will operate normally in company with an icebreaker, but having been down there myself, the thickness of the ice is broken by the icebreaker, but it's still very big, large pieces of ice sheets that the ship is able to go through. And there's a number of features on board, including winterization, which effectively is coil heating all over the upper deck and on critical pieces of equipment inside some of our tanks that keeps us able to sustain ourselves in that environment if needed.
Now, this is the largest vessel in the fleet, I understand. How long is she?
Just over 173 metres, so yes, she is the longest by approximately 40 metres, so a significant step up, and equally important is the tonnage. So we're at 26,000 tonnes displacement, which is about twice the size of any other ship in the fleet at the moment.
Now, she is not yet commissioned. I understand we're still in the commissioning process. When do you expect her to go on her first operational mission?
So throughout this year we'll be completing what's called customisation at the moment, which is effectively the military fit-out of equipment that we didn't have fitted by the manufacturer Hyundai, and also due to the COVID-19 impacts, there's some things that we are still chasing up. That'll finish and we'll commence sea trials later this year, so the ship will be at sea on the New Zealand coast in the fourth quarter of 2020. Our first operational mission as such will be training and deployment activities early in 2021. In terms of what you may think of as pure military operations, at this stage it's to be determined, we don't know, but our aim is to get her ready through a operational release program, i.e. building up the full set of capabilities that we expect the ship to perform, and that will take us, that's a 2-year period, but it doesn't mean that we can't do stuff in between then, it just depends on how complex it is.
Yeah. So you're the commanding officer. How many crew on this vessel?
There's 65 of us on board as a core crew, but we have 100 bunks, so we have the ability to take extra what we call capability bricks. One of those, for example, is the ship's flight. So the ship may not always have a helicopter assigned, and if it does, that comes with about a dozen, if it's a Navy helicopter, highly skilled men and women who will operate the helicopter, from pilots through to maintainers. That's actually an Air Force squadron, so the maintainers all belong to the Royal New Zealand Air Force, and the pilots are normally Navy. So we can take that, or we can take an Air Force helicopter from 3 Squadron, which is the NH90s. So it just depends on the mission.
So what special capabilities does it give you that you perhaps didn't have before with the previous vessel?
In terms of the step up from Endeavour, a significant amount more capacity to carry diesel fuel and a large increase in aviation fuel. So we can carry 1,500 metric tonnes of aviation fuel. So that's a lot. She also has the ability to make 100 tonnes of fresh water a day and export that. So we can export via either underway or alongside diesel fuel, aviation fuel and potable water, which we can make on board. So we can make 100 tonnes a day on board. And we also carry up to 22 shipping containers, 12 as standard, but we can double stack in some areas. Endeavour had the capacity for 4 shipping containers of cargo, we can carry 22. So it's a significant step up, yeah. And of course the helicopter operations. Endeavour was built to operate the Wasp helicopter, which we had throughout the 70s, 80s and some of the 90s. But because of her design, was never able to operate by landing on a modern medium-sized helicopter. So we can do that and more. Yeah.
So Simon, as the commanding officer with a vessel of this size, are there any sort of challenges for you as the captain of a vessel like this?
Yeah, there are, John. This is the 6th command I've had in the Navy, so I've been very privileged to have been able to learn my craft, if you like. You never stop learning, and that's the big thing I have in the back of my mind on this ship. Is she is a big ship, she does carry fuel, but I have a talented group of 65 of us who are going to learn how to operate the ship together. So it's progressive development of how we do our business, drawing on experiences from the past, but also with an eye to what can we do differently or how can we do things better as we learn to drive this wonderful ship.
Look, thank you so much, Simon. That's Captain Simon Rook, the commanding officer of the Navy vessel Aotearoa. John Ecclestone from Boating New Zealand. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more of these videos, please subscribe to our channel.